the way around because now we're live. There's a fishing pole. That's a hockey stick back there. What else we got? Anyway, that's my garage. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Tommy.
How you doing? I just saw you this morning. We do radio together. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
My present to you is that you get to spend time with me.
I know, that is really nice of you. We don't spend enough time together, I always say.
We really don't. But we don't get to do like this. We do, but not in front of everybody. But one of the cool things that we do. But actually, this is a very dangerous time for us to be doing this because this is about the time that, unless you've taken a nap, that you start really slowing down when you do morning drive.
Yes. I tried to take a nap, and then I was woken up because my phone has been blowing up all day. So
I bet it has.
Yeah. So that didn't work out. So if I wander off, hopefully somebody will point me back.
Well, that's fine. I'll pick it up. We were talking off the air too about how you and I pick up for each other on the show a lot. Like if my computer isn't working or if one of us isn't paying attention, if I'm not paying attention. That show moves so fast.
It does.
That you kind of need a little time to decompress afterwards.
Well, and if it sounds seamless on the air, it's just because people have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. We make it sound really smooth and seamless, but often, someone's wandered off, something's breaking, somebody's coming in the studio, but we make it all work.
We have a lot of good people involved. It's amazing,
Or I'm singing, and then we go back. All of a sudden, I have to stop my song and mid.
That's right. Yep. We had Michael Calhoun with us for a good while. He's moved to middays, and but that show has had a lot of great people running through there, and still does. Dean DeVore and Tom Franklin's our editor, and you have Cole Duggar and James O'Sullivan behind the glass. You got Roger Brand is like every 10 minutes does an unbelievable job with traffic. You got Tom Busby doing business. You got this, you got that. I mean, it really, sometimes when I think about it, how does it sort of drive itself? I have no idea. It sort of happens. It's organized to the listener, but if you went behind the scenes and saw how the sausage was made,
it's very intimidating for people who come in for the first time or who aren't used to it when they're filling in. It seems very intimidating. But this July will be 18 years that I've been doing the show.
Wow.
18 years.
So as long as Angie and I have been married, 18 years.
18 years. I know. Wow. So there you go.
That is incredible. For me, my first time on the show was 1990, New Year's Day, actually, 1999. I did a Friday morning sportscast, and I was like, wow, this is early. It was also New Year's Day. But it's been a heck of a run, and it's fun to be on the show, but it's fun to do the show with you. It's fun to do the show with everybody, but you and I have this fun little sort of brother-sister, chemistry going, and have for a long time. So now we get to do the Garage Happy Hour, and we have this great forum where we can just sit here. This show is like about nothing, just honestly. So you don't have to be prepared for it.
I know, but I feel unworthy. I mean, you've had so many amazing people on this show, and then you're like, would you like to do the Garage Happy Hour? Me?
I've always thought about it, because we always said if there should be a camera or microphone, actually there shouldn't be. But if there was in studio off mic, it would be really fun to hear some of the banter that we have back and forth. So this is kind of like that. I mean, we talk about our kids and our families. Garage Happy Hour is just really, look, everyone's going to start, they love you. They love you, man. I mean, look at this.
Oh, that's so nice. Somebody from Abilene, Texas weighing in.
Yep.
Thank you, Stanley.
Yep, get used to that, people.
Well, Amy Marksfors always says that we could do a pay-per-view of off-air Debbie.
It would, yes.
Some of my best material.
It would definitely be fun. No, with the Garage Happy Hour. So I made an old fashioned.
Ooh.
So I've been on this show. I've been really strictly beer, mostly Budweiser for a long time. Rarely do I make a cocktail, but this is a special occasion. It's Debbie's birthday, so cheers. I gotta go this way.
Thank you. And I am drinking, my daughter made this for me because, of course, my daughter is the official baker of Total Information AM. And now she's my official cocktail maker of the Garage Happy Hour. So she made me, she calls this an Ivy Gimlet.
An Ivy Gimlet.
So it's mint from our yard, vodka, and simple sugar and lime.
Oh, wow.
It's very good.
Do you grow a garden back there?
You know, the thing about mint is it is a noxious weed, but it comes in very handy because if you have to buy it in the store for drinks or something, it's terribly expensive. So we just have a little patch of mint that just comes back every year, and it's great for mojitos and Ivy Gimlets. And
Look at that. The lovely Angie Ackerman has checked in with a happy birthday message.
Oh, hi, Angie.
My wife is watching from inside the house. We could actually
from inside the house.
We could pick up this iPad and walk into the house and give you a tour and see the dogs and the kids. And my wife's finishing up work, but that was super nice. Thank you, Angie.
Yeah. To tell my son, do not come downstairs between 5:30 and 6, but you might hear him because he's playing Fortnite with his friends and he's so loud. So we'll apologize in advance if you hear my son.
Well, we definitely have distractions on the Garage Happy Hour. Occasionally the dogs will run through. They are outside right now. Well, they're inside right now, but they find ways to get through the fence, and I remember the first one that we ever did. They knocked down they almost knocked down. We had a tripod instead of this iPad. I had a tripod, and one of my dogs almost knocked it down. It would have been a disaster, or it would have been awesome. Like maybe that should have happened. I always love
that. Would have been the highlight clip.
Yeah, it's relatable. It's just fun moments. No, but to go back, I do appreciate what you said about the show, and you've been a huge supporter not only of me, but of this show. And it's always exciting to kind of deliver the news to you and everybody in the newsroom about who's next. So it has been fun, and the support I've gotten from everybody has been amazing. So really appreciate that. And we've had some good people. But like I always thought about having you on, and like, why wouldn't I have you on today? It's your birthday. Like, we need to celebrate this. It's an amazing day, and we're absolutely going to do that with Debbie.
It is amazing.
It is. It's been kind of a garbage day weather-wise.
Oh my gosh. So we both have rain hair. I was having a lunch with some friends and it poured. So yes, my hair did not look like this earlier, but this is the, poured on version of my hair. And you were golfing earlier and you got poured on. So there you go.
I was playing golf and we got absolutely dumped on, not while we were playing, but we were able to get off the course and get to lunch in time. So it was a really rough day from that standpoint. But anyway, so back to you. So you live in the city, and one of the things that I do appreciate about you is how much you love the city. You are a St. Louisan, and I know that we have people who live here and have lived here their whole lives. You came into town, I believe, right around that time, right? It was about 2003 that you joined KMOX, and you had spent time in a lot of different places. You worked for the governor and in Wisconsin, in Madison. Of course, you've been in the Chicago area. You've been up north. You've been all throughout there. But you are a St. Louis, and there's no doubt about it. But not just St. Louis, the area, but you really care and are an advocate for the city. Why is that? Why did you choose the city to begin with, and why have you stayed with it?
Well, I went to college in Missouri, so I went to Truman State, and I interned at Channel 5 when I was in college, and I lived in the Central West End, and I just fell in love with the Central West End. This would have been the late 80s, and I just loved St. Louis, and we moved all around after that. We went to South Carolina and Ohio and Wisconsin, and I always wanted to come back to St. Louis because I just loved it. I mean, like, see this stained glass window behind me? I mean, I remember seeing all these homes in the Central West End, and I thought, I want a house with woodwork and stained glass, and I want to live in a neighborhood where I can walk around to restaurants. It's amazing. So anyway, I never thought I'd be able to come back to St. Louis, but then, of course, out of the blue, KMOX called me and offered me the morning show, and I was so excited. So I was only looking for homes in the city. even though people kept telling me, this was 18 years ago, people kept saying, Debbie, you don't want to live in the city. You're not from here. You don't know. And I was like, I know, I want to live. And I have never regretted it, Tom. And every year my neighborhood has gotten better and better. I live in Tower Grove South. I live right by Tower Grove Park. It's just beautiful. And really, I think people underestimate the neighborhood feel here. I think people think that in the city, it's really impersonal, but it's just the opposite. Everybody really pulls together because we all love the city and we want to make it work. It's just, there's so much to cheer about. I mean, there's obviously the downsides too, and people choose, unfortunately, to focus on the negative, but there are big dumpsters where people are rehabbing homes and there's new construction going up, and when you're downtown, there's new things sprouting up everywhere in the Cortex district and Midtown. I mean, there's so much to be excited about. I don't know. I just feel like now it's almost my duty to inform people who don't come to the city. It's amazing, and I have never once regretted my choice to live in the city.
I think that our city. Now, I'll talk about the county here in a little bit. I live in the county, but not far. I'm not too far. I'm central St. Louis County. I'm, 5 minutes. The highway's right there. 5 minutes to the city limits, and I can get to. Don't tell anybody that checks, your speed, but I can get to our office really quickly, like 12 minutes, 13 minutes. But let's talk about the city in general. I've worked downtown since 1997. I love the city very much. What is the strongest point of the city? That's a tough call. Like, I think parks, I think culture, I think museums, I think people, I think diversity. But I absolutely think that pound for pound, per capita, I'll put our food up against anybody's. I don't care. I do not care. You give me New York, Chicago, great. I mean, huge, metropolis. I mean, I understand, but St. Louis, for the size of our city, we'll put our food up against anybody's. It's unbelievable, and not just one kind. I mean, a variety forever, and especially in the city.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, it's almost too many choices because when I'm done with this, the kids and I are going to go out to dinner, and we can't decide where to go because there's so many choices. Like, do we want to do this? No. How about this? So sometimes it's almost too much.
I almost feel like I would ask you right now where you're going. I don't want people to start following you around tonight, but also, like, we could get in trouble kind of. Like, we've made friends with so many different restaurants and we love them so much that I'm almost afraid to pick one over another on the air, because then I think somebody's going to text or email us like, oh, really? You like that sandwich over mine or whatever. But it's awesome.
I have, when I have friends come through town, I'm a great tour guide because I am really proud of St. Louis. And so I want to show people all the cool stuff. So my best friend from high school is coming in next weekend, and she hasn't been to St. Louis in over a decade. And I have this ambitious itinerary, there's so much I want to show her, so much that's changed since the last time she was here. I mean, Union Station, we could spend the entire day there with the aquarium and the wheel and everything that's happening there. And we're of course going to go. I have to take her to the Arch because she hasn't been there since they redid the whole Arch and the grounds and the museum. We're going to do a tour of the hotel rooftops because we have some amazing rooftops in downtown.
We have really improved our rooftop game.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. We're going to go see a Circus Flora show. Circus Flora next weekend is doing a not their full show that they usually do because they move that because of the pandemic, but it's just a weekend St. Louis review. So we're going to do that under the big top. I mean, I have such an I actually emailed her today and I said, well, how busy do you want to be? Because I have this jam-packed itinerary. And for all of the people who live in St. Louis who don't appreciate how amazing St. Louis is, I can tell you that when I have friends come to town, they are always so impressed. They'll say, I had no idea St. Louis was so amazing. I hosted a big reunion here of a group of people, and they were all blown away. They were like, we're going to tell everybody about St. Louis. This is amazing. And so that to me is, that's my job now, is to show people how amazing St. Louis is.
There are times where I feel like we are a big city. Like, I feel like this is big time. I mean,
It was
this,
a small town feel.
yeah, you'll sit in a restaurant and you'll be like, this is big time. Or you'll be at a big event, indoor or outdoor, and feel really good about it. And I'm not even talking about sports. I'm talking about, music or arts or Circus Flora or whatever the case may be. You feel big, but then you're right. The small town feel is that you're not burdened with getting from A to B. Traffic in the big cities is really, I don't know if people understand how brutal it is.
It's
I
brutal.
mean, I'll just name a few. I mean, name New York, Chicago. Atlanta traffic is like legendary at this point. LA,
I grew up in Chicago, and I can't imagine dealing with that anymore. Honestly, it's terrible. It's 24 hours a day. It's awful.
If I went to Circus Flora with my family and I lived in New York, that's what we did that day. Unless you're really good at navigating the subway or something like that, like that's what you did. That you can't, like in St. Louis, say, you know what? I think I'll go to the Cardinals game, which starts in 20 minutes. You just go to the game.
Or Los Angeles, God forbid, where you'd spend half your day on the highway.
There's just no chance. So that's really a neat aspect of everything. And then where you are, Tower Grove, really is a special part of St. Louis in that they've continued to upgrade, and they're continuing to do some upgrades to Tower Grove Park, which is really, really old. I mean, that area has been, you're talking from there down to Lafayette Square is the oldest part of St. Louis, isn't it?
Well, Tower Grove Park, and of course you are talking to the new president of the Friends of Tower Grove Park. That's what my lunch was about today.
I still get letters in the mail, so they still like me.
Yes, thank you.
After I had a membership, yeah.
Yes, everyone become a friend of Tower Grove Park, become a member. We need you. Next year is the park's sesquicentennial, so it turns 150. Of course, it was a gift to the city from Henry Shaw. And at the time, it was all of St. Louis was basically downtown, which was soot covered because of all the coal, and it was gross and nobody could breathe. So people would take trolley cars to Tower Grove Park, which was out in the country, and they would go to the lily ponds and be able to breathe for a while. Now, of course, it's kind of the heart of the city, but yeah, we have a huge plan to make improvements, and it's an amazing park. It has the largest collection of Victorian pavilions of any place in the world, I believe, and it's
really cool.
One of just a handful of National Historic Landmark parks in the country. So it's really amazing, and it is really one of the big reasons why this neighborhood is doing so well, because everybody wants to live around the park. It's just gorgeous. So yes. But yes, Lafayette Park was considered the suburbs too at one time, just to show you how much we've grown. Now people think Lafayette Park was the suburbs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you had to ride your horse and carriage places. Yes, it was.
I mean, the homes along there are amazing. And I like Benton Park, and talk about great restaurants and, some really cool spots in there. But man, that whole area is just fantastic. And, do you so you care a lot about Tower Grove Park, and do you have, when you go to Forest Park, do you get any park envy? Do you look at parts of Forest Park? Do you wish that you could do some of the things they do at Forest Park? Or who doesn't love Forest Park?
Forest Park is amazing, no doubt. Yeah. Obviously, Tower Grove Park is smaller. It's the second largest park in the city. I would say that my envy is just that we work really hard to raise money for the park, because to keep up all these historic attractions takes a lot of money, and the money that the city gives the park basically helps to keep the grass mowed, and everything else we have to fundraise for. So when I hear that Forest Park has a $50 million endowment or something, I'm like, come on.
Yeah, like it's totally impressive, but you're like, what?
What about us? It's frustrating, but we've done really well lately because this may be a little known fact, but the new director of Tower Grove Park is Bill Reiniger. He's not new. He's been there a few years, and he's amazing because he used to be at Forest Park forever. So he knows a thing or two about fundraising. So as we head into the sesquicentennial and this big plan to make all these huge improvements, he has been amazing at helping bring attention and money. And the Taylor Foundation and Emerson have just been so generous in helping us to things in the park. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so cool. I love Tower Grove Park and Forest Park, and I do think that's one of our strong points. Our green space is really amazing. We're just talking about the city, and obviously in the county, you've got some great, beautiful space too. But it's cool to be able to be, I love to play golf. I love playing at Forest Park and being able to be like, oh, there's the art museum over there, and
Right.
let me just hit my ball, and that's a rare thing. Like they don't have that in cities. Forest Park is enormous, and it's right smack in the middle of the central corridor. I mean, there are a couple where you turn around and you can see the Clayton skyline, and there are a couple where you turn around and you can see Central West End and the hospitals and the medical district there, and then beyond that, of course, downtown. It's just phenomenal what's going on right up the middle too.
And I think what a lot of people don't realize, and not to pick on Los Angeles, I don't know why I brought them up twice in this conversation, but
that's all right. I crush them all the time. It's okay.
Well, if you go out there, they really don't have a lot of public parks. They have nothing like we have here. And most of the parks, if you fly over and you see this big open space and you think, oh, that must be a park. No, it's a private golf course. So people there don't, I mean, yeah, they have beaches. So they do have that. They have the ocean, and we don't have that. But they really don't have public parks at all. It's more exclusive. If you want wide open space, you have to belong to a golf club or go golfing, So I really do think that city and county, all the parks we have in the green space is so important, because especially last year during the pandemic, when everybody was stuck at home, we literally went for a walk every single day. And mostly Tower Grove Park, but we would get the dog and the kids in the car and go to Forest Park just for a change of pace and start exploring the different parks all over the city and county. And we are really blessed. So that's definitely a highlight of this area.
Yeah, no doubt. How are you doing after not that the pandemic is over, but things are starting to open up a little bit. Are you starting to be more comfortable getting out there? I am. I mean, I'm vaccinated. I'm still masked up where I need to be, but man, do I love that when I can walk into a store now. So I'll always check the door, and they'll have those signs that say, you can not wear a mask if you're vaccinated. I'm like, wow, I'd never realized how much of a freedom that would feel like.
Well, and I am vaccinated too, and I have never had an issue with wearing a mask. It's fine. But today, when I went to lunch in Lafayette Square, by the way, I walked into
Where'd you go?
1111 Mississippi.
Oh man.
Yeah, very nice. So I walked in with my mask just because that's what I've been doing, going to restaurants. You wear your mask to the table and then you take it off. But then other people were walking out without their masks. So I actually, for the first time, I walked up from the table and walked out the door without my mask. And I was like, it was weird, but I'm like, okay, I can do this. And then I went to a luncheon. My friend had a birthday luncheon, not last weekend, but the weekend before. So there were 9 women sitting around a table eating. We were all talking, no masks. It was amazing because it's been so long. And then I'm actually going to a party on Saturday at a friend's house, a party. And then I might go to a bar afterwards.
Oh,
I know.
Now you're getting crazy. You are getting crazy.
I know.
It's the old Debbie. The old Debbie's coming back.
Yeah, well, we have bar hours, as most people know. We're out clubbing to the wee hours and then getting up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's so funny. You brought up no, I'm really excited about all of this. And obviously, in my world of sports, like it's our business. We want people. We want people in the seats. Busch Stadium's going to be at full capacity in June. That's amazing. They had 9,000 during the Blues playoffs games. That's great. Hopefully they're back to full capacity when they get cranking up in the fall. But every time I drive by, and I try to do it more now, I see the stadium, and you brought up the Taylor Foundation a little while ago. St. Louis City SC is going to be amazing.
If you haven't seen it, I posted video yesterday. I drove by it. I do it every couple weeks and just drive by and roll video. So on my Twitter account, for folks watching who haven't seen what the stadium looks like right now, I mean, it is coming along. So go to my Twitter and there's a whole video of me just driving by and you're like, there's a soccer stadium.
It made me think of the Taylors, but there's so many other people involved. Obviously Jim Kavanaugh and the great group of people that have put together St. Louis City SC. Now Purina is involved, which is a huge, huge development.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is right there.
Oh, oh that's amazing.
I am just like blown away by this. And
folks,
you have to drive by this. There is a up that is going to be state of the art. And I know that this is very important. This is a movement to bring people into the city, but to bring young people to this, and I talked a little earlier about sometimes we feel big. I think this, from a sports standpoint, yes, but an event and a movement to bring in young professionals into the city, this makes us feel huge. This is the first time in a while where, and people will realize it when they start playing in 2023, where I feel like we're taking a step toward being a world city, where we actually have people coming in from around the world to visit us. Not that we don't now, I understand that we do, but this is going to change the game in St. Louis. Don't you feel that way?
I absolutely do, because it is right across the street from Union Station. And, God bless the O'Loughlin family for what they've done with Union Station. It is amazing. So that's a whole destination on its own. And there's the soccer stadium. And it really sews together, I think, from the arch to the soccer stadium. You have this downtown is just really coming together. And when I walk to the ballpark, I walk through City Garden, which is amazing, and Keener Plaza is beautiful. It's like all of these pieces in the city are coming together, and it just makes me so excited, because I remember at the end of 2019 and into January of 2020, I would drive into work every day. And for those of you, if you don't drive around your neighborhood with a big smile on your face, maybe you're not living in a place that you love. But I drive around the city and I am always smiling at what's going on. Like, oh, this is going to be amazing. Oh, this is so exciting that this is happening. Oh, look, they have these cool lights now that you can make blue or red or, whatever. So I thought, oh, everything is coming together. Union Station's coming together. We've got all this stuff downtown. And then the pandemic hit and I got so depressed for a while, thinking we were there. We were right there, just ready to really just kill it. And I mean that in a good way, just St. Louis was ready to represent. And then, but that said, everything everything's coming back up. Everybody's out and about. I'm so excited about the future of St. Louis. I really am.
I am too. I think from that stadium too, like maybe the pandemic gave them a little more time. Like nobody wanted to have to pause, but it gave them a little more time to get it exactly the way they wanted. And it's still going to open in 22, and then they'll be able to do some events and have some dry runs of what they want to do. And then 23, they can come out with a bang. But it's also really important. By the way, I love this. Is like we're talking and we don't have like the producer going like this.
Our producer Cole Duggar, who spends his whole morning going like this.
Yeah. I go like 5 seconds long on a tease. He's like, let's go, wrap it up. You got a commercial.
Yeah, we love him, though. He does.
I love Cole and James. But that I know you're really happy about this, and so am I. This is a group of women running a professional sports team. That is another huge development in American sports that you rarely see, and I guarantee you we're going to see more of. And not just that, but in media. It is not a man's world. This is a world of sports where we're going to see women participating, owning, reporting, etc. But right here, we're going to be able to see it firsthand, which is really exciting. And by the way, very, very capable group that is super enthusiastic about this city.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just can't wait. And I'm not even sure I'm the biggest fan of watching soccer. I think I can become that.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people in St. Louis that can teach you. Like that's the other thing, is that St. Louis won't have to learn anything really. There are a lot of great soccer people that can help. So
Well, and the funny thing is, I've been going to soccer games since my daughter was in pre-K because both my kids play soccer. And some days when I'm at the games, I feel like I still have no idea what's happening. Like, wait, now what is offsides again? Why are they offsides? Why did that? Anyway, I still have a lot to learn, but that's okay. You don't have to be a huge soccer fan to be excited about a new soccer team in town. It's yeah, it was definitely a coup. It was definitely a wonderful thing.
yeah. You have two kids, Kaylee and Beck. How are they doing?
Oh,
This
they're
is
great.
like the end. School's coming to an end for us this week. Is it the same for you?
Yes, my son's last day was yesterday, so he basically spent all day in his room because he could. And my daughter, she had 2 finals today, and now she's done. So she made me. I will be bringing in some baked goods that she made. She's, as I mentioned at the top, she is the official baker of Total Information AM.
If she's watching or will be watching this later, I don't know how I would even rank it. Like the brownies the other day were off the charts good, but I think I'm going to say that the best thing she ever made, and they're all really good, the chocolate chip, I believe they were muffins with Oreo inside.
Oh, yes.
That was out of control. Like I did not expect that to happen. I would never have even thought of that.
Yeah, they were chocolate chip cookies stuffed with Oreos.
They were huge, though.
They were huge.
They were like that thick.
She took an Oreo and then she put chocolate chip dough around it and baked it. So you bite into this chocolate chip cookie and there's an Oreo in the middle, and somehow it was a revelation.
I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone do that, so she might need to.
Well, she made homemade peanut butter cups, so that's what's coming in tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, I won't be there. Shoot.
Oh, Tom.
I'm not a Friday morning guy anymore.
That's
well,
right.
I am next Friday. Yeah, I'm Sunday to Thursday now.
I would send you one, but I don't think they're going to last.
No, gosh, no. Those are going to be gone in a heartbeat.
Yeah, see, Mondays, people know they want to come in on Mondays because Monday is baked goods day in the newsroom.
Oh, man. And Monday's like our toughest day for some reason. I think because the weekend, you get used to, getting after it, and you sleep in Saturday, you sleep in Sunday, relatively speaking, whatever sleeping in. For us, sleeping in's like 7, but 6:30 or whatever. But then you're back at it Monday morning. It's kind of, and I walk in with my coffee. I'm like, oh, I forgot. Every time I forget the tin.
Yes, the tin.
Give me my baked goods. They're so. Kaylee, you do an amazing job.
But I know every Monday he walks in. He goes, "Good morning. What do we have here?" Opens the tin.
Don't even ask. Like, could I open this? It's just like it's for me. Oh, and it says "Happy Holidays" on it, which is awesome.
It's a Christmas tin, and it just comes back every Monday.
It's awesome. So then, and you have Beck, who I know you said was up in his room, but another super talented kid. I mean, you're talking about great athlete, fun. I'm sure he brings a lot of energy and surprises to you every single day.
Beck is a party. Yes, absolutely. He has a huge personality, and I think I'm about to become a select soccer parent. So it's not what I had envisioned. I was sort of resisting, but he's very good and he really wants to do it. So that looks like the path that we're going to be going. Yeah. But
That's
he's good at every sport. I'm not even joking. He is good at everything. He's going to be 12 years old, and he is pretty much good at every sport, like weirdly good at every sport. So I'm just working on trying to get him to pay as much attention to his schoolwork as he does to his.
Oh, that'll come.
So
yeah, that'll come. And it's all about that the great discipline, and kind of. I think sports can teach you all of that, so that's good. It's fun. They're great. Our kids are about the same age. Mine are.
And I want my son and your daughter to play some hoops together.
We can do that. Right. Yeah, right. I'm not going to move this because I might lose signal. But the hoops right over there. You guys come over and shoot hoops anytime. But it's fun. Don't you love? I'm going to wrap here in just a bit because I want people who are watching to flip over to KMOX for our Cardinals coverage here in just a second. But isn't it fun being a parent? I mean, I knew it was going to be, and I know that there are no one wrote a manual for us on how to do this, but.
Well, people have tried, but you can't.
But I never realized how much I would enjoy their successes more than my own. And that's the best that I could possibly put it. And that's like, I feel like it's all just beginning, kind of like our kids are about the same age. We're 16 and 12, mine are 14 and 10. It's an exciting time.
It really is. It really is. Just seeing them grow and change and learn and overcome things that you worried that they never would overcome. Yeah. They always are like, Mom's crying again, because I just get really emotional. Yeah, they make me cry in a good way very often. Like this morning when my daughter made me a huge breakfast to bring in. I saw that breakfast in the fridge. It had fresh flowers on it. I was like,
Wait, what time was that?
What?
What time was that? This morning?
Yeah, you didn't see me heating up that ginormous.
No, I saw you heating it up, but wait, so because you come into the station at like 4, so
well, she makes it the night before. So since the pandemic started, she makes me breakfast every morning to bring to work. So this morning it was a very special birthday breakfast. It was enough I could have fed the whole newsroom with it. I only ate part of it, but anyway, yes, it just makes me very emotional. Like, oh, I must have done something right.
No, you did. You did. You did everything right. And I think that you should celebrate tonight. So what's the plan? Don't tell us where you're going necessarily, but what are you guys going to do?
I think that we are going to hit somewhere on South Grand.
Good call.
Yeah, so many amazing restaurants, and I did Turkish on South Grand last weekend. So I don't know. We may do Ethiopian or Thai. I'm not really sure.
Just a little trip around the world on South Grand.
Absolutely.
Pretty great. So what'd you think? Garage Happy Hour. See how easy that is?
I know.
Like you and I are just talking.
Having me. And there's all these nice comments popping up, and it's just so nice. So thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. It's great to have you. And I will see you on Monday on Total Information AM. For those who don't know, Debbie and I host a radio show together. We do.
Every morning.
On this radio station right here. We do it every morning from 5:05 until 8:30 exactly. And it's fun.
And I just want to thank you, Tom, because, when you have to get up extremely early, basically it's the middle of the night when we get up and we're tired and we're crabby and there's, we have a lot to do. It's just always very, very nice to work with you because I think we have similar personalities. It's just nice to, it's nice to work with a group of people that all get along and support each other. It really is a blessing, don't you think?
I do. I appreciate that, and I do feel that way. I think we don't take ourselves very seriously, but we take the content very seriously, and we actually cover some very serious stuff.
Right.
And so, we're able to keep ourselves loose. Coffee absolutely fuels the show.
And I dance and I sing during the commercial breaks.
Have to do it.
And mad and annoyed at my singing.
No, we of course do not. But it's, the show can be very machine-like, but I think people like that. They like to have all of their information, and it doesn't matter if you and I had a rough night or we don't feel great in the morning or we're tired. You know what? People want their info, and
right.
And so we can have some fun with it, but we keep ourselves kind of silly and loose and fun because that's how we keep the show going. That's probably, I told you this morning, like, we've been doing this thing for so long, we must be doing something right. They still want us around. Appreciate this. Fun to have you on the Garage Happy Hour. I knew it would be good. Happy birthday. Have an amazing day. Cheers. How's that drink looking over there? I haven't put too much of a dent. Yeah, we're talking a lot.
I know.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a great day. Have a good show tomorrow, and I'll catch up with you on Monday.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks, everybody watching.
Thank you. Thanks to Sam Masterson, our producer. We will see you every Thursday at 5:30, the Garage Happy Hour right here.
At Bomarito, shop thousands of new vehicles. Get more for your trade. The Bomarito nationwide warranty, 10 years, 200,000 miles, and the best service after the sale. Bomarito, Missouri's #1 automotive group, open 24/7 at Bomarito.com.